Hello all, welcome to the EWM training. Today is the first session. So before we start, let me give me the brief introduction about myself. Myself, Rohit Naugire. I'm based out in India. I have around 8.5 years plus of EWM experience. So I have exposure in industries such as pharma, automobile, retail industries, etc. So that's all about myself. So let me show you the topics which we are going to cover in this entire training session. So these are all the topics which I'm going to cover in the future sessions. So there are around 30 plus topics which I have included, which includes the warehouse structure. In the warehouse structure, first we build the org structure in S4 side and the additional config which are related to integrate with EWM. And then we move on to the master data, and then we perform the EWM settings from the EWM side to integrate with S4, and then we go ahead and build the org structure in the EWM side. And when the org structure is ready, then we will run a basic inbound process, and then we will run the basic outbound process. And then in the GR process, in the inbound process, we'll deep dive into the strategies and the put away rules. And similar to the receiving, in the goods issue process, we will look into the strategies and wave management. And then handling unit management, which is drastically used in these days. So we will look into the configuration required in S4 and EWM. And in EWM, we will see how we define the work center layouts and how we define the work centers. And next, packaging specification. So this is also one of the important topic, and we will see the configuration and how the packaging specifications are determined in the various processes. Warehouse process type, we will look into the settings in the warehouse process type, and we will also make use of this WPT in the various processes. Warehouse order creation rule. In various order creation rule, we have multiple subtopics which are going to be covering. And process oriented storage control. This is very important when we are working with the complex inbound or outbound processes. Layout oriented storage control. We will see the config and the test cycle. And then crosstalking. We'll see the configuration and test run it. PPF actions. We will discuss about the action definition, the condition tables, and the determination procedures. Resource management. We will look into the configuration, and then we will make use of this resource management in the various processes. RFUI, basically this is used to integrate or perform the transactions in the handheld devices. Shipping and receiving, when we are working with the transportation units, these settings are necessary, so we will look into these topics as well. Next is value added services. So value added services are extensively used in inbound and outbound processes as well. We will look into the configuration, and then we will run the cycle. Kitting, kit to order, kit to stock. We will perform the configuration and then test run. We'll also discuss about the internal warehouse movements, which includes the initial stock uploads, scrapping, other ad hoc topics such as physical stock, what is physical stock, what is available stock, how do we perform the unplanned goods movement or the goods issue, and two-step picking in the especially in the outbound process. We will discuss about the exception handling as well, and then we'll move on to the quantity classification. We'll also discuss about the batch management and integration with PPQM. Also, we will look into the serialization as well, how we use the serial numbers in the EWM and in S4. And in the end, we will configure the physical inventory related settings and perform the physical inventory within EWM. The next, a warehouse monitor. I'll show you how we extract the reports by using the warehouse monitor. In the end, we will also discuss about the replenishment topic, which involves configuration, and then we'll perform the test run. Okay, so today's topic is the org structure, basically how we build the org structure in S4. I will move on to the slides. So EWM, Extended Warehouse Management. So the basic function of the EWM is to handle the receiving or the shipping transactions. So this involves the incoming and the outgoing materials, which we call goods receipt and goods issue in the EWM terminology or in the SAP terminology. So EWM can be implemented for the facilities which has the large scale or the high volume, and if the flow of the inbound and outbound is pretty huge, and if you want to track and trace the movements of the materials within the warehouse, basically for the traceability, then EWM is the best solution, I can say. EWM was initially introduced in October 2006, sorry. So EWM, EWM has a lot of advanced features when we compare to WM. For example, slotting and rearrangement, or we have the RFUI, enhanced RFUI, I can say, and we have other important topics such as warehouse order creation rule, how you optimize the workload within the warehouse, and there are many more benefits if we compare with WM and EWM. So in the initial days, like also in the present as well, so this IM is integrated with the WM system, and the shipping and receiving, picking, put away are all be handling with the WM system. So in the decentralized WM, there are two boxes, two ERP boxes, one the IM, and then in the other box you implement the WM solution. In the WM solution, actually you perform the picking and perform the goods receipt or all the other WM related transactions with the help of transfer orders. And then comes the SCM EWM. So in SCM EWM, you have again two boxes, one is ERP and the other one is SCM. So in the SCM box, it includes EWM, TM, GTS, APO, etc. And in the SCM system, in the EWM module, you perform the picking, put away, and the other transactions with respect to the warehouse tasks. There are few common entities such as storage bins within EWM and WM. So the next comes the after S4 HANA was introduced by the SAP, then EWM was embedded in the S4 HANA. and then talk to the S4 system, other S4 systems. So there are various implementation options when it comes to EWM. So the current version which I'm going to perform the configuration, or the sandbox version, is S4 HANA 2022 version. So basically this is the org structure which we are going to build in the similar way. We have the company code, ADVN for example, and under company code we have the plant. Under plant we create storage locations, and these storage locations are connected to the ERP warehouse number, which will be the basic or the dummy warehouse number, and this dummy warehouse number is connected to the EWM warehouse. So in the EWM warehouse we actually define the storage types, for example high rack, or storage types related to the production supply or the receiving area for staging. And under the storage types, this is the optional entity called storage section if you want to again subdivide the storages. And under storage section you actually define your storage bin. So basically under storage type you will create multiple storage sections, which is optional, and with the help of storage type and storage section you create the storage bin, or directly under storage type you can create the storage bin. Activity area I am going to discuss in the future sessions. What is activity area? And before I start the proceed with the other topics, it is important to understand what is supply chain unit, what is party entitled to dispose, and what is custodian. As you can see in this figure, the supply chain unit, party entitled to dispose, and custodian is assigned to the EWM warehouse number. So typically this is how the warehouse looks like. These are all the aisles, and each this one is called a bin, storage bin, or you can also subdivide based on the storage sections, and then you can create the storage bins, which are anyways going to see. But however, this is how the typical warehouse looks like. So as I told you, we need to define one ERP warehouse number. The maximum recommended, or the maximum digits, is 3-digit alphanumerical. This will act as an intermediate warehouse. So this ERP warehouse number is connected to the plant and storage location combination. So directly there won't be any transactions taking place for this intermediate warehouse. So there is no master data need to be created for this warehouse structure. And there is another warehouse called SEM warehouse, or the EWM warehouse. So in the EWM system, this is the highest org element where actual logistic execution takes place. So this warehouse represents a site or a building with subdivision based on the storage or the retrieval of material. So maximum we can maintain 4-digit warehouse number in the EWM warehouse. It can be alphanumeric. And then we will move on to the supply chain. What is supply chain unit? The supply chain unit is basically represents the physical location of the particular warehouse, where we maintain the address and various details. I'll show you when we are defining the supply chain unit. But for now, what you can keep in your mind is, uh, so we actually define a supply chain unit and maintain the address details of the particular warehouse location. And we assign various business attributes, what all operations it can handle, such as inventory, planning location, shipping office, receiving office, door, gate, etc. So next is party entitled to dispose. So basically the party entitled to dispose is defined as a plant vendor in SAP who is entitled to dispose the stock, who has the authority to dispose the stock. So basically party entitled to dispose, we define a business partner and assign plant to it. Next is custodian. So it is a third party warehouse or the business partner who has the custody, physical custody of the materials. If your plant is manufacturing the goods and placing into its own premises, then the plant itself is the custodian in this situation. Owner, the actual owner of the stock is called the owner. Okay, so this is about the introduction about the EWM. So in the next class, we are going to deep dive into the SAP system, and I'll show you how to build the org structure and then proceed further. Thanks a lot.